Yes.
We are in Australia, and I am loving it. So when people walk through, it's really an amazing house because I love all the windows and how you feel like you're still outside from inside. But once they realize what's out here, what do they say?
Usually it's, wow.
Hey, puppy. I'm Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy. This is my channel, Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy. We are traveling with Aquascape Supplies of Australia down here. We're in a suburb of Melbourne, and there's some big dogs in here. And Brian, I know you like these dogs because what kind of dogs are they? Well, I just heard they have 4 Bernese Mountain Dogs, and I lived with a Bernese Mountain Dog for years, and it was such a presence in my home, so I can't even imagine what 4 of them are like. And now you have a lap dog. Yeah, now I have a little Havanese. Right? That's what happens when you have young girls. Yep. Patrick, could you introduce Ben Harris here?
Ben Harris, an amazing designer.
Amazing. Amazing
designer, yeah. Much respect for Ben. I really love his work.
So Ben, what are we about to see here?
So this is a stream I built actually this year.
Okay.
It's designed for the client's 4 dogs. So they've got 4 Bernese Mountain Dogs.
I cannot wait to see him. And Brian really can't wait to see him. Hello.
Greg.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
This is gorgeous. Look at that bridge. That is really unique. Now I'm inspired. I've never seen that. That's really, really creative. Great job. So was this bridge part of your project too?
Yes.
Okay.
So I did all the landscaping here.
Uh-huh.
All the paving and the seats and the planting.
So this was just done last year, huh?
Yeah. Actually, the stream was built in December in 2017.
Uh-huh.
We did the landscaping around it this year.
Right.
2018 May.
Now your dog loved to sit in the stream, right, Brian? I always just lay down right in the middle of the stream. Never peed in it. Explain to me the system behind the pondless waterfalls and how it works.
Underneath here is a reservoir that's hidden. There's about capacity of 700 litres in there.
Uh-huh.
And there's a pump in the bottom here that pumps it up all the way to the top. And it just recycles and recycles and recycles. But this system as well is connected to the downpipe, so whenever it rains, the water goes into the stream, tops it up, and if the reservoir ever overflows, it goes out into the normal stormwater system. It can be turned off whenever you want, so if you need to go away for a week, you can turn it off, or you can turn it off overnight. And there's a maximum creativity in this as well, because there's a bit of a pool in there that's a little bit deeper. The dogs were kind of the motivation behind the water feature. Yes. And how do they like it?
They love it. The main problem we had was because the dogs kept peeing in it. We've actually put some activated carbon underneath the bridge.
To help with the smell.
Yeah.
Well, it's working.
So where's their favorite spot? Do they just kind of come in from here and just lay down in this spot here?
Yeah, they just walk through here.
Yeah.
Like that. Especially, mainly her. She likes to lie, especially when it's warm.
Yep.
Today's not warm for them.
No, it's really nice out today.
The 2 young ones will run through and paddle in it, and then play chasing through the tunnel.
Did you see this tunnel?
No, I have not.
Really cool. Look at this.
Oh yeah, look at that right here. And they probably go up over the top of it. And
Around it and
this is really a yard created for the dogs. Hello, I'm the pond guy, Greg. So is this your idea or hers, and who is the dog person? Okay. Why'd you point the finger to
He
him?
was the main one with the pond
Yeah.
and the creek idea.
And how did you find Ben?
Google.
Okay, nice.
He's been the most fantastic person we've dealt with. He said, oh, while I'm here, I can do a simple drawing. And then he got out his spray can and sprayed it. And I go, oh, this is pretty good. No, he's very proactive, which is terrific.
Your primary motivation was the pups?
What I wanted was to be able to walk from the cars to the house into a garden that was lovely and relaxing and tranquil.
Uh-huh.
And then, you know, the sound of the water is obviously the ultimate thing. So we used to go off-roading for many, many years, camp by rivers and stuff.
Yes.
And I really wanted to, in the confines of the garden, I wanted to recreate.
And what do people say that come visit your house for the first time because they're not used to seeing something like this?
I think they're expecting lawn.
Yes.
Grass. And I think they're quite amazed, yeah.
And if someone were to ask you how much work this is, what would you tell them?
I wasn't really a gardening person. I watch the gardening shows, and then Lynn goes, "What are you watching for? You never do anything." I like pulling out the weeds, and I have to plant a few new plants because the dogs are squashing them or ripping them out or whatever they're doing. So it requires a bit of maintenance.
But the pond, the water feature itself.
No, it's fine. It just looks after itself. Just make sure it doesn't run dry.
You were telling me that you know, he just put some marks on the ground or did a drawing.
He worked out where the pool's going to be, but by putting it on the ground gave me a far better idea than just a drawing. Seeing it on the ground was very helpful. Yeah.
So the can of spray paint was more powerful than the tablet.
Yeah.
Could you really picture what he was going to do? You had a good idea?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Very effective, yeah.
We were talking earlier how customers at a certain point take a big leap of faith because a lot of people can't picture it, but you're obviously a pretty visual person and you could do that. So it turned out better than you thought or exactly what you thought?
No, pretty much. In terms of where the creek is and everything, it turned out really well. But the landscaping, I just left it all to Ben.
Nice.
Other than the fact I said I wanted Australian plants. And that has turned out better than I thought because that concept I had no idea. Yeah.
It's a gorgeous design. I love all the textures from the gabion towers to the bench over there to even the incorporating the wood here and then tying it back in with this pathway back behind you. And the fire hydrant's pretty necessary with all these guys, right? And even the mountain, very clever and unique. That's fantastic. So what an incredible day. Who would ever think that I'd be in Australia looking at different water features all over this unbelievable place. But just saw an unbelievable pond by Ben Harris, incredible designer. Loved what he did.
Hello.
So I think my favorite, you know, again is definitely one of your styles is, you know, hide that thing so you don't see the point of origin.
Give the illusion. I don't want anyone to see the water starts from somewhere because that'll break the illusion. So if they can't see it, they can imagine that it keeps on going further up the hill.
It tricks the brain, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it looks like you're using a different type of stone on this one than we've seen on some of the other ones.
Yeah, so this one uses mostly yellow mudstone. So I use this because it's got a more of a washed out look and it suits the more native feel of this garden. And then I've mixed it up with larger, rounder boulders that look like more worn river boulders.
Look, this is just great, you know. If you have something like this in your yard and you just walk in it.
That's exactly why I had that there. It's got a beach.
Comes through and out you go. Yeah.
So I imagine you had two choices. You could come across the bridge or you could, you know, run across the ford to get across the gazebo.
I think what I like so much about like beach type entrances like this too is it breaks up the monotony of boulder, which you see so common in man-made streams. And in nature, if you really go study these things, it's really a lot more of this type of look, and that gravel will wash out way past the edge of the stream. You know, when they get the big rains and everything else, it moves that stuff around.
This is one thing about waterfalls, isn't it? It's like we have this thing, and everyone does it when they build a waterfall. It's a flat piece of stone with water falling off it. And we just can't get it out of the first thing we do, we build steps. But if you walk up a creek, this is what you see. So you see things like this. You see this natural moving around rocks, the rocks falling down into place. And when you're actually building what I'm building, and you must do the same thing, it's like you end up starting just to just toss the rock there and let it fall. And it's like, right, okay, that's good because in nature, that's what happens.
You've got sections like this over here that are shallow and kind of skinny and fast moving, but every now and then it needs to stop and kind of slow down. And when that happens, it usually swells up. Right? And so making it wider gives it your eyes actually a chance to rest and look in this area. You know, over time, it wouldn't surprise me to just let Mother Nature might actually have some little darting fish that move around in here. Now, how long has this one been here?
3.5 years old.
It's really peaceful. Just surreal. It just makes a serene environment out here.
Oh, that's wonderful. So what was the big motivating factor to do this?
We had a big empty space for a long time. 8 or 10 years, and then we decided we had a gazebo built and we wanted a fish pond. And then Ben convinced us we didn't want a fish pond, we actually wanted a stream. So we ended up with a stream and we love it.
No regrets on not doing the fish pond?
No. This is much more enticing for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very relaxing space and they all want to come out and have a look and the kids bring their friends and they all want to sit down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just be out here and enjoy it, especially on the summer
Wow.
summer night.
Speaking of more wildlife, I don't know what got caught in that net back there. Oh, Greg, Lucky, I found a Wittstock.
A hairy Wittstock.
It's a hairy wild Wittstock. And something we often talk about back home when we're designing these is the main reason we don't like to do drawings is it's one more way it's not gonna look, right? And so whether it's a very, very creative three-dimensional type drawing or it's spray paint on the ground, it really just kind of gives you an idea, I guess, of where it's at, but there's no way the drawing says it's gonna be this. It's a living piece of art is really what it ends up becoming. I think Ben said it best as we started walking through, and the motivation of the whole garden and the design was really to connect this space with that space over there. And I can't imagine now there's a person in the world that walks into your backyard and stops here, right?
That's right.
Everybody has to know, where does the pathway go, and achieve the mystery. Even though you see the final destination, you don't know how to get to it, and you discover as you go, and it looks amazing. It's a great, great backyard. I love it. So this is the drawing that inspired the massive change that's out here. Let's see if you guys can see it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's actually pretty close. One of my favorite things about projects like this is finding the wildlife, and they've actually set up a net over here, and look what we've caught. It's a real live Wittstock.
So listen, the one thing that I don't like about my job is not getting to enjoy the fruits of our labor. And so literally when I saw this hammock, I handed Brian the vlog camera, and I came back. Listen to that sound.
Yeah, hold on. Shh. Oh, it's really nice.
Yeah. So I'll let Brian finish his vlog up. Thanks for watching.
If you like this stuff, seeing cool backyards and cool people, make sure you hit like, comment, and subscribe. Is that how you do it, right? Hey! Thank you so much, you guys.